Welcome to February's monthly release highlights for Customer Identity Cloud. We will go over new generally available features and early access features. Generally available features. Teams. Teams consolidates managing tenants, tenant members, and their access to tenants in one central place. We are happy to announce Teams environment and tenant management support for our private cloud customers. Enterprise customers can now view and manage environments and tenants that belong to both private and public clouds. Contact your technical account manager or support to provision Teams if you are an enterprise customer, and begin the journey of centralized visibility and control. Change in tenant member invite on dashboard. Tenant admins with accounts created using username and password would need to verify their email address before they are allowed to invite other members to the tenant from the dashboard. Email verification only applies to tenant admin accounts created using username and password and does not apply to tenant admin accounts created using enterprise or social connections. New OIDC backchannel logout initiators. Initiators hook up to session termination events to request applications to log users out whenever that session is invalidated with Customer Identity Cloud. An initiator can be any cause of a session ending. This allows you to move from a user interactive single logout to server-initiated distributed logout. You can do this effortlessly on top of the OIDC backchannel logout specification. This update includes account deleted and email changed as logout initiators. This is in addition to existing logout initiators that include password changed, session expired, and various logout. Your applications can subscribe to individual initiators or all initiators. For example, you can use the account deleted initiator in combination with OIDC backchannel logout to remotely log the user out upon removing the account. Autonomous system network binding to dashboard administrator's session. We've made further updates as part of our continued efforts to help keep your dashboard user accounts secure. The session cookies of dashboard users will now be bound to the originating ASN as part of the session creation. What does this mean? If session cookies are compromised, existing sessions will be invalidated and the user hijacking the session will be forced to log in again if they attempt to access from a different workstation outside of the ASN bound to the session cookie. MFA for dashboard administrators. As part of our continued efforts to help keep your dashboard user account secure, dashboard users that log in with either username and password or with third-party social connection apps are prompted to enroll in MFA as an extra layer of security. This change applies to Customer Identity Cloud dashboard logins and does not impact applications or websites you have configured with Customer Identity Cloud. Show As button for organization-associated enterprise connections. You may now choose whether to show an enterprise connection during organization-based logins. Similar to how enterprise connections work at the application level, you can now navigate to Organizations, Your Organization, Connections, and Your Connection. Then select whether you want to display that connection as a button on the login screen. Paired with Home Realm Discovery, this gives you powerful options to utilize hidden enterprise connections to support multiple customers using a single organization login or hiding a support staff login from a customer's organization. Session Management API. Session Management API brings fundamental elements of IDP session internals to the Management API, so developers can retrieve users' sessions and refresh token information for customer support roles and end users to self-service session capabilities. This includes list active sessions and refresh tokens, get relevant session and refresh token details, and finally revoke all or individual sessions and refresh tokens. When session revocation occurs, the user is logged out of their current session and their access to protected resources or functionalities is immediately revoked. This helps to ensure that unauthorized individuals cannot access users' accounts even if they have obtained valid tokens or other credentials in the past. Custom prompts for sign-up and login. Sign-up and login are critical touchpoints for end users. We've heard from many customers that they need the ability to customize the sign-up and login journeys, whether that's capturing additional data such as a phone number during login or allowing a customer to choose their preferred language during sign-up. With Universal Login in Customer Identity Cloud, Admins will now be able to add fields to text to the sign-up prompts to collect additional information and store that information in the user profile. They can also require that custom fields are completed before continuing with the registration process. Let's wrap up with a look at early access features. Introducing early access for our new bot detection response Auth challenge. This CAPTCHA alternative uses a series of browser and device challenges to make login tougher on bots and more seamless for users. Auth challenge raises costs to attackers while keeping the user interaction as simple as possible. It will leverage a series of invisible challenges to determine the difficulty of the challenge we present. For example, higher difficulty for bots, multilingual support, and leverage private access tokens by default to improve confidence and reduce friction to users on supported devices by validating with the provider. Thanks for viewing the Customer Identity Cloud monthly release highlights. Information and documentation on the latest updates can be found at auth0.com/changelog.